Yeah. So in this demonstration, we will be looking at array list, Java array list. Okay. So what is an array list? An array list is a collection of elements in Java where the elements can be of any type. That's the first thing. Okay. When you say an array, if you compare with an array of Java, in array all the elements should be of the same type. But in Java array list, we can have elements of different types. Okay, for example, I can have an array list of strings, integers, floating point values, or any other object for that matter. Okay, even when we add into an array list, it is asking only for an object as element. An object is a common type. Okay, so when you say an array list in Java, it's a collection of elements where elements can be of any data type. That's the first difference. Second difference is the array list, the elements can be added, removed. Okay, we can add more items, delete existing items. So all these operations can be done with array list. But in array, basically it's a fixed item, fixed data structure, where once you add some elements into that array, you cannot extend the array. Okay, the array is fixed. Suppose, see, for example, I declare an array of size 10. Then I can have 10 elements. That's all. Inside that array, I can store only 10 elements. That's it. And all the elements should be of the same type. Okay, I cannot extend that array to 11, or I cannot decrease array size to 5. I cannot do it. But array list is dynamic. See, you create an array list which is empty, and you keep on adding element into the array list. Okay, as many elements as you want, and you can remove some of the elements. You can do any operation you want. So that is what we will discuss today, array list. Okay. Now first, let me just go to my, you can see here, this is my, okay, I'll just delete everything. So I'll just start fresh. Okay. So this is my, look at this. So I have here public class project 1. Within that, I see basically it's a class. Then within the class, I have a static method called main, because execution starts at main 1. Execution starts at main 1. Then can I declare an array list here? Yes, I can declare an array list within the function. So first let us see an array list within the function. Then we will create an array. See, we'll convert that into an attribute of the class. First, what I'll do, I'll just say array list. Let me call AL is equal to new array list. Fine. Now, if you watch keenly now, we are not fixing the size of the array list. Look at this. So you see, array list is the data type. See, basically it is coming from a util package, Java util package. So you can see, okay, array list AL is the variable, and we create a new object of array list. An object is created, and there is no fixed size here. We can keep on extending the array list size depending on our need. Okay, fine. Okay. Now let me make it a very simple thing where I'm going to add, okay, AL dot add. Look at this. These are the methods within array list class. Add object. So let me add hello world. Then I'll just AL dot add. I'll create 100. So you just see I am able to add elements dynamically, and the element can be of any type. First it was a string, then it was a integer. Then I'll say AL add, and I'll say 19.89. Okay, fine. Of course, I can add anything I want for that matter. For example, I'll just make some other okay, data. So you see AL dot add. I can add something else also. So let me just say 3 plus 4j. Does it accept? We'll see. No, it does not accept that. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just make some other data where I'll just okay, I'll just create a small class here, so that class point. Okay, class point. So see why I want to show you that now, so that we can add any object into an array list. Okay, so look at this class point, then private int x comma y. So this is our own class actually. This point is our own class, user defined class. Okay, Of course, this also this project one is also user defined. Okay, but string and all, basically they come part of the java.lang package. But point is our own class, which has got, two attributes, x and y. Then I'll just right click here. I'll just say insert code. I'll call constructor. Okay, select all, generate. So I'll create constructor. Look at this. Then I'll just right click here and I'll insert code and just say, getter and setter methods. Select all. Okay, so for all the attributes, getter and setter method will be called. Then of course, I can just right click here, insert code, and I can say toString method. ToString is basically it's a method which will display the attributes in a string format. Look at this. We don't need to write anything. Okay, basically at means annotation. Okay, it uses override annotation. That means it's overriding the base class toString method. Of course, this object, this particular class called point has a base class called object. So the toString comes from that, and the toString is being overridden inside. That's what at override. So at is called annotation, and override is the annotation name actually. Okay, fine. Then look at this. So it basically this toString method generates a string format of your attributes. That's it. Okay, so that we can directly use it. I'll just tell you how to use it. Okay, now we have created our own class called point with x and y attributes. Now I'll just create. Look at this. I can add an object of, look at this, new point. This is a beauty. 10,20. Look at this. See, now inside array list. In fact, now I wanted to show you array list, but while showing array list, okay, I also want to show how can you add a new object of our own class inside array list, because array list object accepts element of any type. It can be string, it can be numeric. Okay, it can be whatever it is, floating point number, and it can even be any object of any other class also. So you see, I could add new point. When I say new point, a point object is created here using the constructor of point class. Look at this. I'll just go down. See, this is the constructor being used. Look at this. This is the constructor is used when you call new point 10,20. So x gets 10 and y gets 20. So that is being assigned to the object which was created. Of course, this object, we are not storing anywhere, because we are adding inside the array list. That's it. Okay, fine. Now what I can do, I can iterate. I want to display all the elements within that array list called AL. So what I can do, AL dot, you can just see. Of course, we can take some function. I'll just do one thing. I'll just use simple for loop for int. Okay, I is equal to 0. I is equal to 0. Semicolon. I less than. Okay, I less than. I'll just say AL dot size. Okay. The array list does not have an attribute called length. Array has a final attribute called length, which we discussed in our previous demonstrations. So array has a final attribute called length. Why final attribute? Because array cannot be extended. You cannot add element into an array. But array list, basically the element can be added, or you can delete element from the array list. So that is why it has got a method called size. So which will again retrieve the number of elements inside the array list. As of now, our array list contains 4 elements. So the size should be 4. So if you want, I'll just show you that. The system dot out dot println al, okay, al dot, okay, size. Okay, let me just show you the output. You can see 4. There are 4 elements. Okay, so suppose if I create one more object, look at this. Control C, Control B. I'll just say 100, 200. One more point object is being added inside the AL array list. That's it. Look at this. Save it. Shift F6. 5 elements are 5. Okay, so I want to display all these elements. So I can use a for loop for int I is equal to 0. Of course, we can use different structure also to iterate. But right now I'm using just for loop. I is less than AL is the array list name dot size. Okay, size means 5. Okay, so it will go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Index is only 4. Then plus plus I. Okay, then I'll say system.out.println system.out.println. Okay, AL. Okay, you cannot use index square bracket. See, if you use square bracket, it should give me, yeah, it will give me error because array list, okay, is not a kind of array where you can use subscripts. You have to use AL dot get then index. That's it. Okay, that means what? From the array list AL, call the get method for the given subscript I0 to 4. That's it. So let me just run it. You can see here. See, hello world 100, 19.89, point x 10, y 20, point x 100, y 200. Okay, suppose if we had not overridden this method, look at this. I don't override. I just comment it. Okay, I did not override toString method. So what will happen? Just see. Look at this. Project one point. That's all. It will just display the point object. Okay, it won't display the x and y attributes of the point object. So you want to display the x and y attributes, then you have to override this toString method. Of course, this is in no way connected with our array list concept. But anyway, since we added a point object inside array list, I am talking about it. That's it. Anyway, it is irrelevant here actually with respect to this example. Okay. Now I'll run it again. Look at this. Run again. Yeah. Hello world 100, 19.89. Point. See, of course, this comes from here actually. You can see here point x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20 comes from here. It returns a string actually. See, this toString method is a toString method. Returns a string. Return type is string. So what is a string? Look at this. Point is equal to, of course, you can change it to anything you want. For example, my point. You have the liberty to change. See, I just save it. Okay, let run it. See, my point. So whatever you give now, that will appear over there. That's it. X equal to 10, y is equal to 20. Right? So this is called toString method. Fine. So in the array list, we are able to add object of any kind, and then we are able to iterate on it. Right? Then I can say what are the other operations of it? AL dot, if you put now, you can say add at a particular index you can add. For example, I just say at index, okay, let me add between point 10, 20 and point 100, 200. I want to add. So that should be index. See, this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at index 4, I want to add. So I'll just say 4. Okay, what I want to add? I want to add a new point, or for that matter, anything. Okay, you can just add, hello. Setu. This string will be added as the fourth element. Okay, look at this. Just save it. Okay, first I'll copy this and paste it here. See, the advantage of AL.size method. Okay, as the elements are growing in size, or the elements are decreased or removed, the size will always retrieve the current number of elements. That's it. Now you can see here. First we'll see. Okay, without look at this. First, okay, we'll see hello world 100, my point x 10, y 20, x 100, y 200. Okay, then hello world. Okay, again this is the second actually. This one is the second one. So I'll just do one thing. Normally, to differentiate now, I always do this way. See. Okay, fine. That's it. So I can just see this difference. You can see here. Hello world 100, 19.89. My point x 10, y 20. Hello Setu was inserted. Okay, so when you say the element, say AL dot add at a given index position. See, at the fourth position, hello Setu was added. So below hello Setu, you get to see the 100, 200 goes to next position, fifth position. Fine. So that is how you can extend your array list. Fine. So that was giving you some idea on array list. Okay. So you see AL dot add and give the position, then the element will be added. Okay. Hope this session was useful. We'll continue with more examples in the next demonstration. Thank you.